Hi guys, I'm Masuro Sopan and BSMT1 student. We are group 4. So today we're gonna be discussing about online interactions on the self. So first, let me explain to you what is the impact of online interactions in the self. So first, when interacting with other people, we automatically inferences about them without being consciously aware of it. So the best example of that is when you have a new friend on Facebook. In order to know certain about your friend, you will talk to her and you will visit her profile. So in that, you will see on what kind of person, or you will have a clue on what are her characteristics, or what are his likes and dislikes. So you will have a certain clue about his life, and we automatically make inferences about them without even being consciously aware of it. So it's normal also in online that when we met a person, we will know what we will guess his emotions on how he will react those things about himself or about anything that he will open up. So next is, this suggests less emotional involvement and cognitive effort interacting with human partners. So second, sometimes online interactions can have negative effects about self. This affects the emotional, because sometimes online has no emotions. For example, when you chat to her, then you are not mad then about how he read your chat. The person who read your chat misunderstood it, then it can cause other persons to be emotionally sad, and can cause problems to yourself and your friends. So another example of that is impact of online interactions can be positive, because you can build a friendship through online easily, because you will not be shy because of the advantages of it, because you can chat to him or her in online without being shy because of the chat box. You will not feel shyness. Yes. Then next is, you will become you will also become a good friend in online, because online you can pretend in online, but I think that's a positive effect. So next is, sometimes online online interactions can have positive effects and negative effects. So next is I will discuss to you on certain things about what are the positive effects of online interactions. So next is uh, online interaction can cause uh, just jealousy. For example, um, when you post something in your social media, uh, you will and when somebody uh, when somebody saw it, sometimes people can be jealous, and it can and if you post something or achievements, uh, it can cause jealousy. Sometimes you will have an enemy in the Facebook because when you're flexing, uh, in our in our in our society is normal, and I think it's they're normalizing in judging other people without thinking and or without seeing themselves on how they are. So that's common traits of Filipino nowadays, that you will be jealous on other people and cannot be contented on what you have. So that is the one of the effects of online interactions. You will also and and also online interactions have a positive feedbacks because it can also motivate other people's or on, for example, when you post something or when you post something that you help another person, uh, you you can uh, there's a possibility that you can motivate other persons to help. So there are many effects on online interactions or an impact, but the one is the impact of emotions. The emotions on how you interact in online. This ca- there this can be a positive effect or negative effect. So sometimes when you chat, when you also chat, you can also hide your true feelings or emotion or true emo through emojis. You can pretend that you're happy when you're not. You can pretend that you're not angry. You can pretend that you're okay. So there's effects of interactions on the self. So I think that's all. So the next is we have the positive and negative effects of interactions on the self. So thank you guys. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
So hi, I am Darip. So I'm gonna talk about social media sites inform and empower individual to change themselves and their community. So first, what is social media? So social media is any digital forum that allows people to communicate it, com, communicate communicate with each other and share content like music, videos, and other documents. So MySpace was one of the first online social communities, and over time there has been many more online communities such as Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter. So yeah. So how does social media empower people? So empower us to change ourselves. So social media is a media that has developed during the last few years. it has been proved that social media has found the ability to empower people. So it has proved that social media has ability to empower people. So to empower people means to get the ability to change other people's opinion or other people's perspective. It means to change someone's style or maybe even own someone's opinion and make them what you want want them to do. So for example, you have an influencer you have an influencer idol like me. I have an idol that it's Ako Sidogi. For my perspective, I want to be like Ako Sidogi. So Ako Sidogi doesn't smoke. He doesn't smoke and he is not drink a lot of alcohol. So for my perspective, I don't smoke. I don't smoke and drink too much alcohol too because that's what my idol's lifestyle. So then he shared that he failed. He failed 3 times. He failed 3 times in college. So he no, he failed 3 times in college and and then he became successful in life today. So for my perspective, I don't afraid of failure. So I don't afraid of failure in order to me to become a successful in life. So successful in life too. So because I saw many people on social media um that they encounter many failure in order them to become a successful person today. So they encounter a lot of failure. So many successful people that say that they doesn't afraid of they doesn't afraid of failure. So that's so why I get that information from social media. So social media, but people successful in life. So 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 according to MJ, so Michael Jordan, he said that you must fail 100 times before you succeed once. So many people in social media taught me that don't afraid of failure because it's a stepping stone to success. So many people on social media like Bill Gates, the owner of Facebook, um, Michael Jordan, Ako Sidogi, many. So they taught me that failure is just a stepping stone to become success in life. So that's how social media empower me, change my perspective, change my lifestyle. So next is so some usual things that social media empower now are clothing style. So clothing style like um I always watch Rini J in social media. So he he has a clothing style that very eye catching. So I also he is the good example for me that I want to dress like him. So because many people saw Rini J it's an eye catching clothing style. So next is music and movie choice. So we have many according to our we idolized no artists. So if you idolized Ako Si Doggy, so Ako Si Doggy have many songs like Airplane Mode. So that's my choice of music. So because the artist of that song is Ako Si Doggy. So next is purchase like many people on TikTok I saw that they 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 promote a product like skincare. Like, so I saw there are many influencers that introduce skincares to make you to purchase them, because you, if for example, you have an idol influencer on TikTok that promote a skincare product. So you buy the product that they promote because that's your idol, that's your influencer idol. So news awareness. So it change other people's opinion, and it can also threaten yours. It can influence you in a bigger things or smaller ones, but it's still empowering you. Mostly, the bad thing is that you can't stop it, because once something is posted, you can't remove it, and that will always be represented as your digital footprint. Thank you.
Good day, sir. My name is Kyle Pedro Reyes, and now we're going to talk about the positive impact of social media that increases self-esteem when receiving many likes and share. Networking on social media allows you to connect with others, build new relationships, and strengthening established ones. Getting likes and other positive feedback boost moods and increase self-confidence. By uploading photos and videos, you can share your special moments with those in your circle. For example, by uploading photos and videos on your Facebook account, getting likes and other positive feedback boosts your mood and increases your self-confidence. Social media has many positive effects on education, including better communication, timely information, socializing online, learning, enhancing skills, and making a career, among others. So why are likes so important to people? We share our thoughts and interests primarily because we want to stay connected with the people that we care about, but also because we want to give others an idea of who we are. The main reason why like is so important to people, because we want to give others an idea of who we are. How do social media likes affect a person? When people make a post in social media that receives countless likes, a little excitement is felt by the person. During this state of bliss, dopamine is released from the brain. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that is released when you are in a state of pleasure and happiness. So now, how do likes affect self-esteem? The more likes someone gets, the higher their self-esteem is, because they feel liked by other people. For example, if our friends and followers like our post, we feel good. The more likes, the better we feel. The influence of social media has on today's population is triggering. Oftentimes, people don't consider the tremendous influence it can have on someone's outlook and overall mood. So what is the positive impact of social media on students? Social networking has become an important part of students' social life. Communication, timely information, socializing online, learning, and enhancing skills. These are the positive impact of social media on students.
Good afternoon, everyone, and especially to you, Sir Roldan. I am Gordon Garces, and I am here to present my topic about boost one's moral and feeling of self-worth. And my topic is part of the positive impact of social media and online interaction on the self. So, over the past couple of years, social media metrics has a huge impact on our sense of self-worth. The amount of followers, likes, or views we get affects us so much that it lets us define our value and self-worth. Nowadays, people correlate someone having a low amount of social media metrics to meaning that the person isn't as important or as uninteresting, whereas someone having a high amount of social media metrics has the opposite meaning. They are seen as interesting and important, and based on that, people are automatically assume that a person who has a high number of followers is more liked than a person who has a few followers. Therefore, with that view, we let social media metrics define our sense of self-worth. In psychology, the concept of self-worth may be a less popular research topic than self-esteem or self-confidence, but that doesn't mean it is less important. Self-worth is at the core of our very selves. Our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are intimately tied into how we view our worthiness and value as a human beings. So, self-worth is defined as a feeling that you are a good person who deserves to be treated with respect. For me, in my own thoughts, social media can boost one's self-confidence, moral, and self-worth. Like for example, if we post a photo of us and there are people who likes it or they react it, commented, or etc., we can say to ourselves that we are important and we should be proud of it because we are confident on posting that photo even that we are not so beautiful, handsome, because for me all of us are equal and there's no need to be shy.
So, my report for today is about extensive online engagement is correlated with personality and brain disorder. So, first, how internet affect our brain. So, since using the internet often involves our ability to multitask between different settings and somehow trains our brain to quickly shift focus to the stream of pop-ups, prompts, and notification. This may in fact interfere with our ability to maintain focus on a particular cognitive task for extended time. Potential harm effects of extensive screen time and technology use include high-tide attention deficit syndrome, impair emotional and social intelligence, technology addiction, social insulation, impaired brain department, and disruptions sleep. So, how does internet affect personality? So, result impulsivity, narcissism, and aggression are some of the personal traits that seem to be nurtured by the internet with possible negative offline consequences. and also limit our understanding of being cultural shift that are happening as a result. For instance, personality traits may influence the choice of online content. The intensity of use of certain online services or may lead to a general preferences of online communication when compared to face-to-face communication. Online personality is a set of characteristics assigned of a brand, which is communication via the brand website, social media presence, and other digital platform. How does personality and brain disorder related? So, as you can see, the brain disorder is our behavior, and behavior refers to absolutely everything we do. Personality is how as we individual tends to behave and also think and feel in way that are broadly consistent over time, but may be quite different from how a lot of other people think, feel, and behavior. For example, one form of a behavior is speaking in public, and the personality are characterized in terms of traits which are relatively enduring characteristics that influence our behavior across many situations. Personality traits such as an introversion, friendliness, constitutionness, honestly, and helpfulness are important because they help explain consistency in behavior. So that's all my report about extensive online engagement and correlative with personality and brain disorders. So ang meaning dahil sa extensive is what is the effect, and correlated is unsay lahang related or unsay lahang nagkaparihas. So ang nagkaparihas nila is they're both the same effect to our body and affects our brain and personality. So that's all my report. So thank you.
So, one of the negative impact of social media and online interaction on the self is low self-esteem due to risk of being exposed to cyberbullying and cyberpornography. So, what is cyberbully? So, a cyberbully is any individual who harasses other people online. Cyberbullying is not gender specific, as both males and females are equally likely to bully others online. This harassment can take many forms such as hateful comments, threats, aggressive behaviors, blackmails, and breaching other online users' privacy. So, cyberbullying affects the self-esteem of victims. Individuals who have been used online can become self-conscious and start to have low self-esteem. This is especially true when such harassment are aimed at their physical appearance and looks. Cyberbullying can occur at any time, day or night, and be per- perpet- perpetrated by anonymous sources. This makes this makes it more relentless and often more cruel. Even the type of victimization may impact the severity of its consequence. For instance, One study found that online pictures and posts were more damaging than harassment received through text messaging or phone calls, while cyberbullying can happen in a public digital space like on social media posts. It can also take the form of private messages, leaving some kids managing this secret and its effect on them alone. So, cyberbullying offense zeroes in what already makes victim feel most vulnerable. For example, maybe a child who feels insecure about birthmark ends up being bullied about just that. Even when even when that's not the case, though, online bullying can have impact on self-esteem. Targets of targets of targets of bullying may begin to feel intense dissatisfaction with who they are. As a result, they can begin to doubt their worth and value. Both victims and cyberbullying offenders have considerable lower self-esteem than the average person. This shows that cyberbullying cuts both ways, since the feel-good factor is short-lived. Nobody benefits from cyberbullying in the end. So, in cyberpornography is the act of using cyberspace to create, display, distribute, import, or publish pornography or obscene materials, especially materials depicting children engaged in sexual act with adults. Cyberpornography is a criminal offense classified as causing harm to person. So, teenagers and young adults who have been trolled because of their appearance may start to dislike their bodies. This will translate to these individuals seeing themselves as less appealing to others. They may start to feel ashamed to show in public or or socially interact with others.
Hi, my name is Rudy Munoz. My topic is all about more occupied in giving attention to social media than in keeping their customs and practices. Social media have become increasingly popular and contain a wide range of technology and components of our everyday lives in today's globalizing society. People across the world now can communicate, exchange messages, share knowledge, and interact with each other regardless of the distance that separates them. However, a custom, also called a tradition, is a common way to doing things. It is something that many people do and have done for a long time. Usually, the people came from the same country, culture, or regions. Usually, they do not know when the custom started. Engaging in various types of social media people to enhance communication, social connection, and even improve technical skills. More than a billion individuals are connected and networked to create, collaborate, and contribute their knowledge and wisdom. Therefore, students also engage in social media to use it as a platform to seek new information. Despite the importance of social media, and also bring those who misuse this technology. Hence, I think people forget the practices the tradition of our culture because they are only focusing on technology. The new generation must know deep well about our social values and norm for a disciplined, civilized, and harmonious society. It helps us with the history and our culture. The negative impact of social media. More time spent on social media can lead to cyberbullying, social anxiety, depression, and exposure to content that is not age appropriate. Social media is addicting. When you're playing tasks, you seek to do it as well as you can. Tradition contributes a sense of comfort and belonging. It brings families together and enable people to reconnect with friends. Tradition reinforces values such as freedom, faith, integrity, a good education, personal responsibility, a strong work, and the value of being selfless. A custom is defined as a cultural idea that describes a regular pattern behavior that is considered characteristic of life in a social system. Shaking hands, bowing, and kissing, all customs are methods of greeting people. The method most commonly used in a giving society help distinguish one culture from another. Types of customs. A custom is a pattern of behavior that is followed by members of a particular culture. For example, shaking hands upon meeting someone. Custom virtue. Custom fosters social harmony and unity without a group. It's a law guess against established social customs. The law may be difficult to uphold. The laws of culture, norms such as customs can cause a grief reaction that leads to mourning.